Hello, and thank you for coming to the McWaters Effect. I want to talk about why they want to put the $15 minimum wage in the stimulus package, as well as why people don't want it in. First, I'm going to go with why they don't want it in, and first and foremost, it's Joe Manchin doesn't want it in. He's the senator of West Virginia. And the reason he doesn't want it in is because it will affect jobs. It will hurt small businesses. They won't be able to hire as many people as they need. And so they'll have to cut the payroll because they won't be able to afford the $15 an hour. Unlike businesses like Walmart, Amazon, big businesses like that can afford it and they're all right. That's why they're for it. It hurts the small businesses that are competing with them, and it'll make them richer. Now, the reason they want it in is because if you look at this graph I have here, and our debt is pretty steady until 2001. That's when 9/11 happened, and then we went into war in Iraq and Afghanistan. And, it started increasing, and then 2008 hit. When 2008 hit, that's when the financial markets fell. And they had to start what they called quantitative easing, where they started sending money from the government into the stock market to create stability in the stock market. Well, they did. They stabilized it, but they also created an issue with a money bubble. When they started doing that, they kept on adding and adding. That they didn't stop the wars. So you went from so the wars kept on going through Obama administration. He also added about 3 or 4 other wars. One in the Philippines. It's just a small little skirmish trying to take out some of the rebels that were extremist. And then you had Pakistan when we went in there to go after Osama bin Laden. And then when we went into Syria and also Libya. We're no longer in Libya anymore, or Joe Biden just taxed Syria, but we're still in Syria, Afghanistan, and Iraq. And we're also in Yemen as well. Now, our contribution in Yemen is pretty much giving weapons to the Saudis to go after extremists there. But with all the wars and the quantitative easing, as well as the Obamacare Act, you had the national debt going up higher and higher and higher, and then Obama left office, and then you bring in Trump, and everything was okay with Donald Trump until COVID happened. And when COVID happened, they had to pass stimulus bills to try to help people stay on their feet, and also try to help big businesses, and supposedly going to spend more money on small businesses, but 30% of small businesses have went out of business since this has happened, and it's because they're not allowed to open. If they're not allowed to open, they're not gonna stay afloat. You're probably asking yourself, what does this have to do with the $15 minimum wage? It has everything to do with it, because you have 2 situations happening now. You have a money bubble going on in the markets. It's caused from the quantitative easing. At some point or another, the markets are gonna bust, and it's gonna create a depression, a large depression, even larger than 2008. Then you have also the amount of debt we're in, which has devalued the dollar. The dollar has devalued to the point where it's gonna cost more to buy the stuff you normally get. That's the reason they want to go to $15 an hour. Now, Democrats believe if you increase it to $15 an hour, it will help poor people and people in the middle class be able to buy food and stay afloat. Republicans believe if you do this, it'll increase unemployment and it'll make the recession last longer. Well, they're both right, but I'm a big believer in like what Denmark, Sweden, and those countries do. They don't have a minimum wage. They hire based on merit and based on whether or not you're qualified for the job. This is the way we should be doing it. Most countries do it that way. Now, this video has given you oversimplification of what's going on with the $15 minimum wage and how we got from point A to point B. If you like this video, please hit subscribe and a like button. It helps the channel grow. Thank you.